valley, woolly Hollywood, where any office boy or young mechanic can be a panic with just a good-looking plan. And every doctor can be a talker if you use a higher businessman who ain't a Hollywood. You may be homely in your neighborhood.
Be an actor, be Mr. Factor, you make your kids look good.
So I'll be trying your luck, you may be gone to blood.
Costumes probably came from that
Hollywood.
You'll find those costumes here have their own
Along with with their hair and ribbons and lace and tags.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this morning's Walk of Fame ceremony presented by the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce and the Hollywood Historic Trust. We are delighted to honor one of Hollywood's most prolific songwriters as he is honored with a 2,411 star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today we honor film composer Randy Newman. We have a lot of special guests with us today, but let me acknowledge a couple right up here in front of me, in front of the stage. We have Woody and Buzz Lightyear. Thank you for joining us. We'll be seeing them throughout the ceremony, so they have a big film opening up shortly. Now, before we bring our honoree to the stage, let me tell you a little bit about his accomplishments. Randy Newman is an Oscar, Grammy, and Emmy-winning composer and songwriter whose numerous film credits include James and the Giant Peach,
a great conductor of orchestras. He's a good singer. No, he's a great singer. He is a great singer. And most importantly to me, he's a great friend. We first worked with Randy Newman on Toy Story. It was the very first computer animated feature film, the very first film that Pixar Animation Studios made, and we wanted to have someone who could write songs as well as the score, who had the ability to write humorous lyrics, but also, most importantly, to write music and songs with heart. And that was only one person in the world we knew could do it, was Randy Newman. And I'll never forget that Pixar, for the first time, we were going to pitch him the story, and it was like, oh my God, that's Randy Newman. I was so excited. And from that point on, Randy and I became the best of friends, and he has worked on many, many of the Pixar and Disney films, and every single time he gives us something that's fresh and new and really special. And Pixar's had quite a run with Toy Story 3, the latest film that we collaborated with, he's done a magnificent job. I think it's his finest score ever. It comes out in June 18th, so you can judge for yourself. It's spectacular. He's wrote a new song for it as well. And we are so honored to be here to honor you, Randy, because this is quite a day. And as we go to Musso and Frank's every day, we can walk across your name. Yeah. Which is, I think, really, what a great spot. So I want to thank the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for this great honor for my good friend Randy Newman. Randy, you couldn't have happened to a better person. I love you, my friend.
Thank you, John. Let me acknowledge a couple of very important people to us at the Chamber. We have our chairman of the board with us today, Sam Smith. And we also have the president of the Hollywood Historic Trust, Christy Van Cleve. And the trust does a lot of work. Besides helping to sponsor the ceremonies, they help to maintain the Walk of Fame. Our next speaker is an English comedian, actor, author, singer, and composer of comic songs. He wrote and performed as a member of the internationally renowned British comedy group Monty Python. Please welcome Eric Idle.
Thank you very much for that underwhelming greeting. Ladies and gentlemen and politicians, I have a confession to make today. I love Randy Newman. And not just physically. I love his music. Who could resist a man who looks like a dentist, writes like Voltaire, sings like a frog on heroin, and breaks just like a little girl? Randy, and I call him Randy because that's his name, although in England it has another meaning, but I think Horny Newman would not have been such a good name. Randy is simply the best ever. He's so amazing, he doesn't deserve just a star, he should have a binary star. Entire solar system, even a black hole here on Hollywood Boulevard. Although it wouldn't be the first black hole. Sorry, it's the medication. I fell in love with him in 1967 when on the radio I heard these words. What can you do to amuse me now that there's nothing to do? TV set's busted and I can't get a picture. Radio plays nothing but news. Why don't you tickle me? And that for me was a turning point because this was on the B-side of an Alan Price single called Simon Smith and the Amazing Dancing Bear, which went to number 4 in the UK charts and which contained the words that became my own personal philosophy: who needs money when you're funny? Of course, later on I learned the limitations of that philosophy. The answer, of course, Randy, is your wife does. And I found out soon that these songs were both written by Randy, and I discovered his own voice in 12 songs, and I was hooked, completely addicted. And I have had a lifelong joy in the work of this extraordinary songwriter, who seems to combine the very best of American orchestral music, Stephen Foster, Aaron Copland, even Sousa and Cole Porter, with the wit of Tom Lehrer, the outraged sensibility of Lenny Bruce, the irony of a Mike Nichols, and the mordant sensitivity of a real poet. And I'm not going to say the real poets' names because this is Hollywood Boulevard, and poets don't get stars, and vice versa. Wit and irony, those are the two things, not your common stock in trade of the average pop songwriter, which consists usually of saying things like, do you like me, get 'em off. Randy himself refined these sentiments when he added, but you can leave your hat on. American boys were always a bit more sexually advanced than we British boys, thanks largely, as I later and gratefully found out, to American girls. Randy and I are both from a generation whose fathers went off to World War II, all to be altered, and many, as in my case, never to return, leaving us to piss and moan for 60 years, dress up in velvet, take a lot of drugs, but above all, avoid the military. We performed together in 1977 when Saturday Night Live insanely did a show live from the streets of New Orleans during Mardi Gras. A completely mad idea made utterly worthwhile by a chilling and hair-raising moment with Randy singing Louisiana. Louisiana, they're trying to wash us away, they're trying to wash us away. Only 20 years before it became official Bush government policy. I can't tell you how proud and moved I am to be asked to honor him, and proud of my adopted city for honoring him today, because like him, I love LA. I love it. And like LA, Randy, we love you. We love you.
Thank you, Eric. Well, the sidewalks in Hollywood are owned by the city of Los Angeles. And for the last 50 years, the partner with the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce in making this Hollywood Walk of Fame happen has been the city of Los Angeles. We are delighted to have with us today the great councilman from the 4th District to say a few words. He's got big shoes to fill following Eric Idle, but I'm sure he can do it. Please welcome the great Tom LeBon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's give it up for Johnny Grant, who's up in heaven, and he's happy today because one of LA's own born here in Los Angeles, University High School in West LA, and someone who has really made a difference in Los Angeles. As you look back at our city's history, you could go from Mulholland all the way up to Randy Newman, because your song is loved, all your songs are loved, but I Love LA is particularly a special song, because we do love LA, right? On behalf of the mayor of the city of Los Angeles, I have this special commendation for you, along with my colleague Eric Garcetti, that recites many of the great things that Ron Buber spoke of. But I especially wanted to give you this on behalf of the city. It's I Love LA because we love Randy Newman. All the verse to I Love LA. And also, the nuns up the street at the Monastery of the Angels on Gower, they make the greatest bread in the world. From the Monastery of the Angels to Randy Newman, because he is an angel in the city of angels.
All right, Randy, it's time to hear from you, but in introducing you, let me just say, and by way of a tradition we've started in memory of our late great honorary Mayor Johnny Grant, we hereby declare this Randy Newman Day in Los Angeles.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce for allotting me the star. I appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out. And that's about it. No, I'm just going to be up here 20, 30 minutes. I want to thank Eric Idle for his gracious and funny speech, and John Lasseter, of course. The nature of the songs I write, as sort of been mentioned, are not really middle-of-the-road, mainstream type stuff. That doesn't mean it's good, but it's different. And I never would have gotten an award like this, I think, had I not worked with Pixar and John Lasseter, been fortunate enough to work on those pictures, which I hear were very successful. Even though you can't always hear the music. But, and I want to thank Buzz and Woody. Oh, they left, huh? Yeah, I wanted to have to stand up against the building. I saw them on Sunset on the way here. I very much appreciate this. I want to thank my wife Gretchen for last year and a half, 2 years. I did Princess and the Frog and Toy Story 3, and it was a lot of work. It was almost like a real job. It didn't feel like show business much. But she put up with me in that time, and I very much appreciate it. My manager, Kathy Kerr, and Mike Gorfain, and my children, none of them came, but years from now, but years from now, when I'm down below watching them, I know they'll come here, they'll be sitting at a table somewhere and they'll say, let's go visit Dad's star. And they'll come here and they'll leave at Musso and Frank's, and maybe they'll think about me some, maybe not. Oh, that's not one of them. Anyway, I very much appreciate it. I do want to say again, deeply appreciate John Lasseter and Eric Idle. They say that you're supposed to invite 2 of your celebrity friends to give you this encomium, or however the hell you say that. And I first was stuck with Buzz and Woody. Not that it's being stuck. They're the only people I could really think of. But I'm glad that someone as erudite and fun, really, truly funny as Eric Idle was able to do that, and my great friend John Lasseter. So anyways, enjoy the rest of your day here in Hollywood, and it's my day. Do whatever the hell you want.
Let's unveil the star.
right over here.
You guys all the way in the end. Eight ball, corner pocket.
Stay there, Randy. Stay there, Randy. Gentlemen, to the right. Gentlemen, over here to the right.
On the corner, guys, on the corner.
Gentlemen, to the right. To your right. Hello.
Gentlemen, to your right.
Randy, to your right.
On short.
Guys, right here on the corner.
And just everybody right over here, please. Right over this way. Randy?
Randy.
And gentlemen, this way, please. Everybody this way, please.
Over here. Right here. Come on, straight ahead, sir.
Guys, right over here, please.
Randy by himself.
Take their menu back.
Cheer star.
Randy, right here on the corner.
Cheer star. Randy, to your right. The real one.
Real one.
Look up.
That was.
Yeah, Randy, look up.
Look it up, Randy.
Randy.
And that can only go so far.
Randy, to the right, please.
Randy, right over here. Randy, right here on the corner. Look up there.
Oh, yeah.
Randy,
Randy, over here. Randy, to your right.
Yeah, you're not a good
Randy, touch the star.
touching his
Touch your star one more time.
Yeah, there we go.
Randy, to your right. Randy, right in front of you, please. Randy, can you look up?
Randy, right here.
Randy, to the right.
Can we get a shot from the screen?
Randy, look right here on the corner.
Randy, over here.
Can we get a shot